both of my tools lend themselves towards our middle school. I teach 6th through 8th grade, and the subject area that I would mainly focus on is social studies and language arts. Of course, it can be used for various amounts of subjects, but the subject that I would use it for in my own classroom is language arts and social studies. The assessment tool that I will be talking about is Socrative. Socrative is an interactive, engaging assessment that allow teachers to give on-the-fly assessments and for students to get feedback right away of how they're doing. So over here is the student login. That's where your students will log in, teacher login. You just create a free account, very easy. This is the Launchpad. Over here is my username. This is what students will use to log in. They will just type in whatever name you create. You have the option to do quizzes, which is just a general quiz, a quiz with multiple choice, true, false, or even short answer. You have a space race, which is a more interactive, fun game that Socrative provides. And there's even exit tickets. So at the end of the day, if you have exit tickets you want to give, it's easy for students to log in and you have that data right there. There's no fumbling with papers or anything like that. It's right there and it is put into a nice graph and report, which can be found over here in your reports section. Quick questions. If you have a real quick check-in that you want to make, there's multiple choice, true, false, or short answer that you can do. It is really engaging and very, very data driven. So it gives immediate feedback. So if students aren't understanding it, it breaks it down really easily for teachers. And that way teachers can alter their instruction based on how students are doing. So for example, if I see that my students are not understanding the impact of writing on Egypt, then I will go ahead and go back and kind of reteach the misconceptions or reteach what the students need. So this is the assessment guide, and I'm really excited to kind of start using this in my classroom. So the next one that I will be talking about is Quizlet. Quizlet is a interactive way for students to have all of the information they need right on this website, and they're able to study from it. They're able to play games with academic information and really hones in on what they need to know. For example, so when you want to create on Quizlet, it's very easy to create a free account. Just log in with Google or whatever you have. Click on create, and that will get you to a new study set. So a brand new study set, fresh and clean, will look like this. So if I'm doing a unit on Egypt and Kush, then that's what you go ahead and title it. And then you can go ahead and type terms. So pyramid, and it kind of already comes up. And there's already some, you can even choose various languages. And so it kind of already gives that to you. And then you can keep going. Sculpture. So again, it gives you those for you. Then you can just go ahead and press create, and it will be ready for you and your students. So right away, it will pop it up and ask if you're ready to share. Sharing it on Google Classroom is probably how I would do it in my classroom so that students have easy access to it. And you can even access it on Remind. Here is where the options are. So they can study. So they have flashcards, learn, write, spell, and test. Test actually gives them a mock test. So it helps them kind of see how they're doing based on the information on the mock test. And the mock test is all about the information that you wrote down there. These games over here, this one says it's not available right now because you need 6 terms. But generally, this is the one that I would do the most with my class because you're able to have groups, have it be very collaborative, and have students communicate about the subject matter. So it's really great. The other 2 games are very individual games that students can play on their own to study. So overall, both of these tools are really, really great. They really lend themselves to student engagement and making sure that students are getting what they need in instruction.